Hello, everyone. It's Jessica Wilkinson, your Young Adult Services Librarian. And for this week's Teen Book Talk, I'm going to talk about some of the books that we have based on deep waters. So let's get started. The first book is called The Raft by S.A. Bodine. Ravi is an experienced traveler. She's taken the flight from Honolulu to the Midway Atoll, a group of Pacific islands where her parents live many times. When she has to get to Midway in a hurry after a visit with her aunt in Hawaii, she gets on the next cargo flight at the last minute. She knows the pilot, but on this flight there's a new co-pilot named Max. All systems are go until a storm hits during the flight. The only passenger, Ravi, doesn't panic until the engine suddenly cuts out and Max shouts at her to put on a life jacket, and she sees him struggle with a raft. And then she's in the water, fighting for her life. Max pulls her onto the raft, and that's when the real terror begins. They have no water. Their only food is a bag of Skittles. There are sharks. There is an island, but there's no sign of help on the way. The next book is Deep Ocean 6, an unofficial novel by Nancy Osa. Someone is draining the overworld oceans of resources. But to what end? It could be a ploy by the Griefer Army to draw Captain Rob and his cavalry members away from the united biomes of the overworld capital, which they risk their very identities to defend. Or it could be theft on a scale so grand that only the deepest of oceans can contain it. At the same time, it seems no coincidence that priceless relics and one-of-a-kind gemstones go missing from the new Overworld Museum. The spectacular monument to the history of the free world is worth a fortune. Housing the valuables of the overworld makes Capital City Museum a target for every rogue player, and for the Griefer Imperial Army, now led by a gang of villains, spawned by Lady Craven. When key pieces of UBO heritage are stolen, the troopers of Battalion Zero must pool brains, bronze, and every bit of luck they have to recover them. The last book I'm going to talk about today is Given to the Sea by Mindy McGinnis. Kosa was born to be fed to the sea, to prevent the kind of wave that once destroyed the kingdom of style. She can't be sacrificed until she produces an heir, but human touch repulses her, except for the touch of the Indiri. Dara and Daniil are the last of the Indiri, a native race with magic that's seductive, a force of nature, but dwindling since the Petra slaughtered their people. Wit leads the Petra, the fierce warriors who are now marching on the kingdom of style. The stone shores of Wit's kingdom harbor a secret threat, and to ensure the survival of its people, he prepared to conquer every speck of Style's soil. Vincent stands to inherit the throne of Style, but has no wife to share it with. When the beautiful and mysterious Kosa arrives without an heir, Vincent knows that his father will stop at nothing to make sure she fulfills her duty. Torn between protecting his kingdom and protecting the girl whose fate is tied to its very existence, Vincent's loyalty is soon at odds with his heart. While a royal scheme, patrons march, and the Indiri struggle to survive, the rising sea calls for its given. and Kosa is destined to answer. These are just 3 of the books that are based off of Deep Waters that can be found in the teen space, so be sure to come on in and check them out. Thank you.